Harvard is not going to comply with President Trump's demands to limit activism on its campus. And because of this, the government is now freezing billions in grants and millions in contracts to the school. On Tuesday, the president wrote this on Truth Social. Perhaps Harvard should lose its tax-exempt status and be taxed as a political entity. If it keeps pushing political, ideological, and terrorist-inspired/supporting sickness. Since Harvard chose not to comply, the administration is going to freeze $2.2 billion in grants and $60 million in contracts. Now, this funding freeze comes after the Trump administration ramped up financial pressure on elite universities to crack down on campus anti-Semitism. So the question here is, what led to Harvard's decision when they knew they would essentially be financially cut off? In a letter to Harvard on Friday, the Trump administration called for changes in admissions policies, DEI programs, and protesting. On Monday, Harvard President Alan Garber said the school wasn't going to be complying with the government's demands. And he said this move would be surrendering Harvard's independence or relinquishing its constitutional rights. And in just a few hours, billions were frozen in Harvard's federal funding. Some professors at Harvard have even filed a lawsuit against the White House because of these funding threats. And they're arguing the funding undermines academic freedom as well as free speech. Former President Barack Obama applauded his alma mater for standing ground, writing this. Harvard has set an example for other higher ed institutions, rejecting an unlawful and ham-handed attempt to stifle academic freedom.